Here. Rudra.
Here.
Raise right here. Abby. Here. Adriana. Jalen. Here. Daria. Here. Haley. Here. And Keepa. Here. Dan.
Here.
Amani. Here. Will.
Here.
I'm here. Shira.
Roxy.
Here. Aya. Here. Son. Harrison. London. Here. Kalaloha. Here. Nicole. Here. Joe.
Here.
On. Here. Hunter.
Here.
Sophia. Stamos.
Here.
B. Lorenzo.
Here.
Gary.
Here.
Jude. Here.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve last week's minutes? Jasmine?
Motion to approve last week's minutes.
Is there a second? All those in favor? Motion passes. That is no guest speaker today. Any constituent comments? No. Adriana.
We'll come back to that.
I forgot about this. Okay. Jalen? Is there a microphone by you?
So basically in mine, I just have the a copy of the Constitution, the first revision that was being made. I said it would be done by this upcoming Sunday, but I wanted you guys to have something to look at as we are making decisions regarding the amendments that were proposed, so that we can best decide on amendments that go with the current revisions that are being made of the Silk Constitution, and what is more inclusive or equitable for Silk, and also giving more authority to Silk. So basically, just summing this up a little bit, in the first Constitution, there was basically an entirely separate legislative body called the Silk Senate. And it was an interdependent legislative body separate from the Silk Club board and separate from ASG. And they had the authority to veto and propose their own legislative amendments. And basically, if we were to propose this amendment according to the last Constitution, it would have to be voted on supermajority through ASG and also through that Senate. But what we were doing to connect Silk and ASG, instead of being more divisive on our campus, we decided to completely get rid of this Silk Senate, so that Silk has their own, I guess, certain level of authority, and then also kind of creating that bridge between ASG and Silk, so it's more collaborative aspect of the student body instead of something that is completely separate of Silk, and without the interest of Silk. So please feel free to look through, have any questions, or place any edits or questions that you have in the document so that I also can look through them. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm working on a thrift store post for sustainability, and then I'm working on posts for finance, especially pertaining to the upcoming financial workshops. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this week. But other than that, I will soon be working on ASG year in review type posts where I'm just going to kind of highlight the high level accomplishments and like get a video if I can. I think I have like some clips from the photo shoot we did, and hopefully I have more. So yeah. And then other than that, if anyone has any favorite ASG memories, like that feels really corny. But like if you have one, you can come to me or email me, and I would love to highlight you on the Instagram. Also on that note, if anyone wants to take over the Instagram before a GA and like during a GA, that's just an idea. You can also email me. But yeah, if you have any information, like always, that you want to be shared, especially for the Senate classes and your events, you can send the poster or any information in a DM to the account, and I will get it posted. Thank you.
Cam and Amani.
I have nothing new to report. We're both working on the transition reports and finishing up like the last of our business. I ordered more condoms and I have all the distribution stuff attached.
Okay. Oh, Nicole.
I want to bring something up. I don't know if you guys have been aware of this, but I was talking to the staff in Boston and Kings, and they like a decrease in people working in both places. And I've been talking to like different people within the staff, and they're all complaining about the management. And apparently, some things that I took to like from those conversations is that their insurance, they have like their health insurance with Aramark, and that's how many people left people with it, and then many people have been leaving because of that. So the people are getting overworked, and I know it's not our fault because essentially we're not responsible for the contracts with Aramark. But I was wondering, like, I don't know if you guys could propose something, or we could all propose something to I don't know, essentially make a statement so that their conditions could be better, because it's very sad to see that people are not happy working in our community, and the reasons are very important, so I would say it would be
Do we need to open a motion to discuss more?
Yes.
Okay.
Your motion, Nicole.
a motion to discuss the staff.
Moderate discussion for how much time? 8 minutes. Is there a second? Hunter? All those in favor? All right, motion passes. Wait, do you have a time? Okay, Nicole?
So,
Oh, yes, Cam.
Oh.
Cam, you can go.
okay. My initial response would be to ask like who the people are that you talk to and if they're connected with the union. Other than that, I really don't know how much authority we have over like the agreements that they have. So I think that that would be the best way of students connecting. But that's not my authority to say. And I think that if we have other ideas, we can definitely discuss that.
Nicole?
Essentially, some of the people I talked to, including like Jody downstairs and Yvonne, and also people just like the people that work up in the swipes, I can't remember their names, and the people downstairs in Brooks specifically. Because I was asking for something, and this lady was like very mad, and she was like, "Oh, like we're short in staff, so we don't have things out. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Well, can you tell me a little bit about the situation? What's going on?" She's like, "Yeah, like the conditions are not good. Management is also like getting worse, and like they're not treating us fair." So like I don't know, like I know we don't have the power to say, hey, school, like do this and that, but like maybe a statement as a community, because at the end of the day, like we are the students that pay for the tuition, and that money goes to them essentially. So
Veronica?
So I think the best I think the best course of action here is for Senate to create a resolution. This basically will just say that we would like Aramark employees to have better working conditions and better benefits. I know they have a union rep, but I've also heard that Aramark does not like communicating with the union rep, and that these employees are coming forward with really like real concerns about like sexual harassment in the workplace, and then also like longer hours, decreased benefits. And Aramark is basically almost refusing to acknowledge this. And I think what we should do is we should make a resolution and then vote on it next GA, because it would be almost impossible to get it done before the end of the night. So
Hunter?
Well, can it be on other things related? Because I've heard, and it's also my opinion as well, that Aramark, it's not as good as Parker's. There's less options than Kim's. Brooks isn't that good, so I think it's just Aramark as a whole.
Veronica?
So we can put whatever we would like within this resolution. It can fully just deal with Aramark if that's what we would like it to do. I think whatever grievances we have with Aramark or the staff has or whatever as students, we should put in this resolution, because ultimately we can give this formal document being like, these senators voted on this government believes in this, and so do the students, to the Board of Trustees, because they're up for a contract renewal. Because Aramark's on a 1-year probationary period, but if they renew the contract, I think they're here for the next 4 years. So we probably should get on this quicker.
Curia?
I have a question. Do you recall
Do you recall what was like the impetus for the last time, like for Parkhurst? Like, do you remember like in the fall, like they like revamped everything and they were like trying to like improve the quality of everything because they knew their contract was up? Is there like, do you remember what it was? I think it was because like Sophie was gathering those pictures of like the food in Brooks and stuff, but was that the only reason why they started improving the quality and the options and the variety of options in the dining facilities? Because I don't know, is there like a course of student action
Veronica?
that can be taken?
I know that Parkhurst in general, like I was working for Parkhurst when all of these like pictures were coming into Sophie, and I know that I would just go to my manager and be like, hey, the students want this, and then they would do it. Instead of like going to higher ups, I just went to the Brooks manager or I went to the Kins manager and they would change it. I think there was probably like, what was it? I think it was Stephanie Lang was her name. Like she would get all of the student feedback, but she wouldn't trickle it down to the people who actually would change the environment within. I'm not sure what the dynamic is with Aramark, but that's probably what was happening, is that people just started going directly to the people who could change things rather than going to Stephanie.
That's fine.
The only thing that I would say is I want the resolution to get out. So if we can make sure that there's nothing controversial within the body that goes into it, that would speed up the process on voting on it. So if everyone agrees that we need to make statements about the quality of food and variety of food, it can go in it. But I don't want anything to get held back on like these important issues because everyone doesn't agree on some of the things that go in it.
I'm also going to advise that we refrain from naming people specifically, especially employees, just so they stay out of trouble, essentially. Sam?
It's not really my place to do this because I am just a member of the committee and not a chair of the committee. But I do think it would not be unreasonable if we as dining committee drafted the resolution, send it to you all guys this week to look at and get your feedback on, and then have it up for vote for next Tuesday's GA.
London, do you still have something you want to say? Okay. Sam?
I also would be interested if any of you would be interested in doing like maybe some tabling to kind of talk to some more students about that particular issue and potentially maybe also start collecting signatures. So in addition to our official resolution, we could also have a petition with some broader signatures from the student body if we do get to the point where we want to go to the Board of Trustees with this.
Yasmin?
we could probably incorporate that and talk about it Tuesday, because I know that the GA is up in the week.
Will?
And if you do begin collecting signatures, it would probably be very beneficial to reach out to professors and also staff and administrators. I know professors have tried for example, the CPP brought in a speaker last week, and Aramark was supposed to cater, and then Aramark never showed up. So they are also having issues with Aramark in a broader sense too.
Veronica?
Before we start going to students to collect signatures, we as a body need to be in agreement about the language in which we are going to present it to the students. Because if each of us individually go up to students and then start talking about different things within the resolution, then that's kind of like misrepresenting what we're doing. So let's make sure that we actually have the language clear before we start doing that.
Sam?
My comment on that would just be absolutely yes. I'm hoping that dining committee can get it done out to people, and we can hopefully have like email confirmations from most of Senate being like, yes, I support this. and then we can start going for signatures before we do the official vote on the matter.
Abby,
That's Tom.
all right. Is there a motion on the floor? No? Okay. And that was that under you, Cam, and okay, that was under there. I'm frozen. Whoever was after that.
Haley, but we should go back to that.
Okay, Adriana.
Okay, sorry for coming in late. I have a little bit of comp brain, but I will be starting finance workshops tomorrow through Saturday. And just to reiterate what we're covering, it's just going to go over how to apply for a budget, how to not list out unacceptable expenses when applying for a budget, the process for the finance request forms, and then going over the financial guidelines to make sure that all the clubs are aware of the new guidelines that we had this year. I will be sending out the packet that I'm going to be giving to the clubs next GA because it's currently not done. But that's just in case y'all wanted to know anything about finance, especially if you're going to be coming in for next year. So I spoke with Margaret, which is the person in financial services, that's my point person, about all the negative balances in the club account. And she basically said that we shouldn't worry about it because as long as the total amount that's negative is lower than what we have in our budget, it doesn't really matter. It's just like for processing, it doesn't really matter. But if y'all wanted to keep it at a neutral balance and not have any negative balances for clubs, then we still could do the transfer from the general fund into each respective club account. But again, I don't have that information on me on like the total amount that is because I've been working on the finance workshop stuff. But if y'all want to do that, then I can have that information for y'all next week. Finance dates to keep a lookout for. These are very important. So make sure if you know any clubs or anything like that, that you articulate this to them. So April 10th is whenever club budget applications will open. And they will close April 24th. This is non-negotiable. Anything that happens after April 24th will not be considered. April 25th, this is whenever incoming cabinet will take over their respective positions, which means this is the last day that I will be an acting treasurer. So that's kind of like that whole week, the 25th through the 28th, I will be processing only extenuating circumstances. So please make sure to have your stuff in that needs like a direct process before then. But the official day where we stop processing any sort of request is April 28th. And those extra 3 days are just to give the seniors a little bit of time to get their stuff in for senior week. It's not meant for all clubs. So make sure to articulate that. May 1st is the tentative date where clubs will receive the new budgets. That gives the budget committee about 2 weeks to review it. And then April 14th, that is the last day that I will process anything graduation related. So any cords, any stoles, anything that has to do with graduation, I will not process after that, and it will be denied. So moving on to this week's finance requests, we have $8,005.56 coming out of the general fund, and that's from ASG Communications for renewing our website domain, ASA, Springfest activities, and then food and drinks for the finance workshop.
Anything Springfest should be coming out of surplus, not general. I don't know.
Okay. I have to look at that, but I'll just go on. So $5,135.50 is for Springfest. $750 is for QPOC so that they can hire a drag queen to go and talk about their struggles in the QPOC community. I don't have the exact date for that, but I can provide it to you once I make the fix. And then $915 is going to come out of the SIL fund, and that's for Union Latinx for a food event I believe that they're having. And that brings our total to $14,806.06. But let me make sure that everything is in the right fund before I do that. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that was general, so I think that might have just been an oversight on my part. But yeah.
Is there a motion on the floor to approve this week's budget as a slate? Sam?
Motion to approve this week's budget as a slate.
All right. Is there a second? Yasmin? All those in favor? That is everyone. Motion passes. And that goes on to Haley.
Okay, so we will begin collecting clothes for a clothing swap, which would then roll over to a thrift store. So basically, we're collaborating with Students for Environmental Action and Green Socks for a clothing swap at the Trash and Show, which is on April 14th. And then the leftover clothes will go to the thrift store. Every day next week from 4 to 6 p.m. in the lobby, we will be collecting, in the CC lobby, we'll be collecting clothes and utensils and furniture and school supplies. Up to 4 people can sign up per hour, and it'll be also in that sheet are organizing times to like go and sort through and make sure that like no underwear is in the donations, stuff like that, from 2 to 4 p.m. on that Saturday and Sunday. So the 15th and 16th, and up to 8 people could sign up for those slots per hour. And then I'm just working on the transition report, and then I'll also schedule dates for the actual thrift store. It'll take place during the week of the 24th, I think, every day. The end.
Any information for Saturday 2 to 4 is not on the sheet.
It's not in the sheet? The Google sheet?
Oh, wait. I forgot to scroll.
You silly goose. Okay.
Okay, so the only thing I have on here right now is formal. So the form for information is on there. Please fill it out or you are not allowed to go because I have to head count for food and for security reasons. So if you don't fill it out and I don't count you, you cannot come. The information on the minutes should be the final information, pending anything going incredibly wrong. But it's April 29th, 7 to 9 is the final time. The bus should be boarding at Brooks Walk at 6:45. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can pen them now or they can go onto the form. But yeah, that is all that I have.
Hi everyone. Just one thing. First Friday, for what month is it? April. Is this today? 5 to 8. It is called a First Friday Fairy Tale. Basically, local businesses will be decorating the doors like fairies or like fairy themed. They will have themed activities throughout the week, which you can kind of see a list of them at Indigo, Hello Sunshine Boutique, and Chateau Christina's. And then all stores will also have some sort of probably discount slash sale going on too. So go down. We'll be hanging up posters as a committee at a later date.
Cup and Spoon's gonna have a pig, so y'all should go and see the pig, cause I don't know, it's gonna be cute.
Cup and Spoons also has a pig, guys.
Yeah.
I don't really have much. I'm just working on my transition report and working with Abby on Senate elections, and she has more details about those in her minutes.
All right, hi guys. So I attached a link to like the Senate election like guidelines / information. If you're interested in running for Senate next year, please submit the materials listed in the document by April 14th at 9 p.m. If you have any questions, let me know. You can't. Oh no. Okay. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, try now. All right, awesome. Yeah, and if you have any questions, let me know. Email me after GA. Yeah.
Ray is working on doing the senior stools for both cabinet and the Senate class. There are some issues though, because they're all supposed to be customized with like your position on it, but some places don't want you to customize like that. So we're working on that. And then he just has another note to sign up for the shared governance thing with President Cole by April 7th. Also, please understand that this is, I think, meeting virtually in June. So if you have other obligations, like you have an internship or you're going to be working or something like that during the times that they're meeting, please be mindful of that and don't sign up for something that you can't budget in the time for. So.
Okay, so I have a little bit more this week. So we received the people eligible or who signed up to participate in commencement. So we sent them our interest form and our portal. So we got our ticket portal up and running for buying tickets for senior week. They're going to be $25, and everyone who is eligible or who registered for commencement should have gotten an email from the WooFoo portal. We are also in need of 4 to 5 student volunteers to help kind of set up and assist during some of the events. You would receive a free ticket to senior week, but to be eligible, you also have to participate in reunion weekend, which is May 30th to June 4th. So some of the events we have for senior week are our bar crawl Tuesday, May 9th, followed by late night kins on the same night. We have a celebratory brunch planned for the morning of Wednesday, May 10th, and then a Taste of Meadville block party that evening. On Thursday, there is a morning hiking trip to Woodcock, and then in the evening, there'll be a senior grad ball, which will be very fancy, and I'm really excited for. And then on Friday, there is a brunch in the morning. So if you're interested in volunteering or going to any of these events, please let me or Shira know.
Yeah, so we're still working on planning events for the remainder of the semester, and also working to secure more senators for next year, because we're still pretty empty. So again, if you know any rising seniors, let them know. But we're working on it like individually as well. So yeah.
So we had to move our game. Well, they moved our game essentially, but it's gonna be Sunday, April 16th from 3:30 to 5:30 in the green turf field, so up in Robertson. And the sign up will be available soon. We're gonna hang posters around, post it on the Instagram account, etc. And if any class wants to collaborate, please text me by tonight because the event is approaching and we're finalizing everything. So we need to know whether or not we count with other people.
Our next Therapy Dogs event is going to be Monday, April 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the Brooks Blue Lounge, as per the usual. We are also working on an Origami Stars event, just kind of a chill hangout kind of event, which will also be in the Brooks Blue Lounge, but this will be from 6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, April 19th.
All right. So last GA for the charity event, I may have said April 17th. I meant to say April 27th. All soup is vegan. That's it.
All right. I just want to remind everyone that April 18th is our last functioning GA, meaning that that is the last day that we will be able to vote on legislation and finance requests. So if there is a club looking to be confirmed for next year, they have to be approved by the 18th, or else they're just going to have to roll over to next year. The Silk Constitution, if we want to approve it this year, has to be done by the 18th. Other than that, I'm working on Springfest stuff. And then oh yeah, as a reminder, the 25th, typically all we do is transition over to Nicole and her government. So keep that in mind. when looking forward. So yeah.
So it's just a quick reminder, cabinet applications are still open. Please share this application and invite people to do so as well. And make sure that people know that there's no ASG experience required. And the deadline is April 7th, noon. And Senate seats also have to be filled. So we encourage you to run or tell other friends about it.
All right. So do we have a representative from Geology Club? All right. Awesome. All right. No, all good. So before we go through our first round of voting, and then the constitution for the Geology Club is linked there. But if you just want to give like a couple words as to like the Geology Club and like why you believe it should be like passed as like an official club or like reactivated.
Yeah. So I'm part of the Geology Club, and so are a few people, as we thought it was an active club. Turns out a couple years ago, nobody re-registered it. So that's why we're trying to get it back. Also, we've been like doing it like events under that name in collaboration with our honor society, SGE. And so we've been having like pizza talks where we bring in like professionals to do some public outreach and stuff that usually goes out to any of those people who are in like environmental science or interested in geosciences. Some of you have gotten those emails, but it's up to you guys. We've also been doing like a couple of things through the Meadville Public Library. There's one coming up being held by Noel Owlett. I don't know if you guys know him, but he does a lot of work with paleontology, and he will be doing another one of those talks soon. We think it could benefit campus, like as of now, with our members who are also part of our honor society, but as well as those who are interested in geology but can no longer pursue that as an academic career. A lot of people in environmental science and other sciences, geology could be on their radar and kind of like bridge over to them, but they don't realize it yet. And this could be like a way for them to kind of see that and do different events. We're talking about doing like a cave exploration event at the end of the month. So it's not just like sitting around and looking at rocks with each other. We actually go do things and that are, in my opinion, pretty fun. So yeah.
Thank you. Do you mind stepping outside for a second? I'll take a We'll invite you right back inside. I don't have a report, so I'm gonna step outside and just leave. All right, is there a motion on the floor in regards to the Constitution of Geology Club? Nicole?
Motion to vote for the Constitution of Geology Club, the first round of voting yesterday.
All right, is there a second? V? All those in favor? Motion passes? Yeah, that was everyone? Okay. Perfect, can someone let them back inside? You passed your first round of voting, just come back next week. We have GA next week, yes, we don't have cabinet. Yes, just come back next week and you'll go through your second round of voting and then you'll be a club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it the same time?
Yes.
Okay, all right. It might not be me though, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
As long as there's a
someone's here?
representative, yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
No problem. Any constituent comments? No? All right, Trey, do you want to say anything? No? All right, is there a motion on the floor to close GA? Sam?
Motion to close GA.
Is there a second? Jude?
Second.
All those in favor? Motion passes, that's everyone.